Hey, Apollo Baptist Church. This is Pastor Gary Derbyshire, and this is Dr. Yvonne Patterson. We are coming at you on the Apollo Underground vlog to give you an update. The pastoral staff and I, it came to our attention that someone who tested positive for the virus was at our worship gathering on Sunday. And so I want to let you know what we've decided to do and why. This person was only in the fellowship center for Sunday school and for the worship service portion of the morning. They were not in the worship center. What we've decided to do is our office is diligently asking everyone who is in the fellowship center for at least 15 minutes to either quarantine or test negative until December 14th before they come back to worship gatherings. And this is based on the CDC's definition of exposure as being within 6 feet for 15 minutes. Obviously, not everyone in the fellowship center fits that description, but there's no way for us to communicate to only those who were probably more exposed than others without disclosing the identity of the person. And out of the respect for privacy, I don't really want to do that. So, and out of caution, we're going to ask everyone who's in the fellowship center on November 29th for at least 15 minutes to quarantine or to get tested. I know a lot of people are asking the question, since we have decided not to close our services, our actual worship service on Sunday in the sanctuary. We are not closing our services. Well, why are we doing that? We do want to make decisions based on an abundance of caution, but we also want to do that based on truth. The only reason we would shut down services is if someone who was positive was in an actual worship service in the worship center. That did not happen. Now, yes, people did come from the fellowship center to the worship service. However, people who were just exposed do not spread the disease in the same day. This is Dr. Yvonne. Dr. Yvonne, I mean, what is the likelihood that someone who is exposed to the virus is getting it and transmitting it on the same day?
Not likely at all. Usually takes about 2 days, or at least 2 days, for a person to actually become infected after they've been exposed.
Okay.
So
yeah.
A person who was just exposed really would not transmit to somebody else within the same day.
Yeah, let alone the same morning.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Vaughn. We've consulted with her. My father is also a member of the church, and he's a medical doctor. We also did, the pastoral staff and I did some research just online, some reputable sources. MIT, their medical site has a whole article just on this, that it's not something that happens, that someone is infected and then transmits it within 24 hours of exposure. So we want to operate and lead God's people with an abundance of caution. We also want to do that based on truth. We have a biblical mandate to lead based on truth. So caution based on truth, that's wisdom. Caution based on some false assumptions, that's just plain fear. And we don't want to operate just on fear. We appreciate everybody's unity on all this stuff. We are so grateful for the unity of the body. We're so grateful for how God has preserved us during this time. So I encourage you to pray for the person who's infected. I'm glad to tell you that the person's not in the hospital, was discharged from the hospital, doing well, does have symptoms. They're not severe though. So we're grateful to that. But please be in prayer for that family. You may end up knowing who it is. I mean, because we're a loving congregation, we love each other, we exchange prayer requests, and if that family wants to disclose who it is, that's fine with them. I just don't feel right about saying it from the church office. So, love you. Can't wait for all of us to be back together again. But in the meantime, we are content with a Christmas without fear. That's our next preaching series. And we're also content with online and in-person service to the best we can. We need to be as creative as we can be while preaching the gospel as clearly as we can. Love you all. Can't wait for us all to be together. I look forward to this Sunday, the Parade of Flags, Dr. Yvonne. I can't wait for that. That will be exciting. My dad will be preaching a message this Sunday, and we'll be doing the Lord's Supper together, both in person and virtually. Love you all. I'll look forward to talking to you later.